In this video, I am going to show you a quick method of moving the centralized standard window handle to a lower reach position to help reaching over worktops, sinks, or even for the elderly to make it an easy access to open the windows. You can achieve this conversion with the window in situ, but it's much easier to do it if you can remove the sash from the frame to lay it down on its side to remove the lock and reposition the new lock. But it can be done in situ. So once you've removed the sash, if you chose to remove the sash, lay it down. The first thing you want to do is remove the handle and the original lock. Now what you want to note, even with a marker or a pen, is to mark where your top is and where your bottom is, just so you don't get mixed up. So once you have your new lock, your new easy reach lock, these are 185mm from the bottom to the centre of this window. You want to lay it down, bring the lock just about 5 or 10mm from the bottom of the sash up, and with a pencil, just a quick mark of the centre. There is a centre line on the gearbox, so just mark that on the sash. As you can see, there's a centre line on that gearbox, and you just mark that on the sash and follow that line on top of the sash. This is where you're going to drill your hole, your new hole. So now you've drew your centre line where your new handle is going to sit, where the spindle goes. Measure the distance from the edge of the sash to the centre of the original holes. Here we have 21mm, so mark 21mm. And then just make a little centre line, so just come down a bit and go 21 again, and then draw a line. So from the centre line of the middle hole to the two screw holes, so the centre of that is again 22mm, and that 22mm. So from your centre line again, mark 22mm. That will be the hole for your spindle, and then 22mm again. So now you can see that was your original hole, and now you have marked out, apologies for the shadow, you've marked out your new holes. So these holes are 12mm in diameter, so we're going to stick with 12mm. So what we're going to do is go with a smaller drill bit first for each hole, and then we will move on to a 12mm. As you can see, the drill bit fits in the old hole. So just find your centre, drill through. You'll probably find it 2 layers, could be 3 or just the one. And then move up to a larger drill bit, your 12mm that you're going to finish with. And here you've duplicated your old centre hole with your low reach. The next hole you're going to drill is the slot for the gearbox to go into. This was where your old gearbox would fit into the frame. So with your new lock, sit it on the side with your line that you drew for the centre of the gearbox. Just line that up and mark just the outside of the deepest part of the gearbox. this part here, these two sides here, will sit inside the Euro groove. So in between these two lines, you want to take all this away. So using your 12mm that you use for your screw holes, just work your way along and make that elongated to match the old hole. You could use a multi-tool, a dentist drill, but most people don't have those tools, so we'll do it with a drill bit, so bear with me. So just run your drill bit up and down just until you clear enough space. So you can give that a test fit. See if your gearbox will fit in. It fits in there nice and flush. The rail's nice and flush. And your spindle hole and your screw holes line up perfectly for installing the original handle. So now you have your lock in place. Switch back over to your posi bit. Insert the original handle just to make sure everything sits nice. Put your screws back in. Don't over tighten these, just so you get a bit of slack. And screw your lock back in. We will supply this lock a handle if required, the keeps required to replace the old keeps, and anything else that you require. So once your lock is now screwed in place, tighten up the handle. Give it a try. That feels good. Let me tighten this one. Feels great. Put your cover cap on, and along with the lock and the kit to do this, we will supply 3 little plugs to hide the old handle fittings. So just with a few simple tools, you have managed to convert your standard centralized window handle to a low handle, easy reach handle. Which will make it much easier over worktops and sinks, or for the elderly.